Have you ever stood in your kitchen, twisting a jar lid that just won't budge, and felt that quiet sting of frustration? For many of my senior patients, that tiny moment represents something bigger, the slow fade of independence. But what if I told you that your hands aren't giving up? They're simply asking for a different kind of care. I'm Dr. Hartley, and new research shows your grip strength may be one of the most powerful predictors of longevity. Stay with me, because what's happening inside your hands right now is completely reversible. Everyday tasks like opening jars, turning faucets, or fastening buttons can quietly slip away with age. But the truth is, this isn't about just getting older. It's about how inflammation, hormones, and nerves change the way our muscles communicate. The good news? You can retrain your hands to remember their strength. In my 25 years of clinical practice, I've seen seniors regain independence through simple, evidence-based routines. And today, I'll show you exactly how to start. Always check with your healthcare provider first, but get ready to feel confident holding life's little moments again. 1. The aging hand. What really changes? After 60, have you ever noticed how a simple jar lid can suddenly feel like a mountain? In my 25 years of clinical practice, I've heard that story hundreds of times. A once effortless twist turns into frustration, and many seniors quietly start avoiding certain tasks. But what's really happening inside those hands isn't weakness, it's biology asking for attention. After 60, the body experiences a silent process called inflammaging, a low, constant simmer of inflammation throughout the body. Research shows that cytokines like interleukin-6 and tumor necrosis factor alpha rise 2 to 4 times higher than in younger adults, even when no illness is present. These molecules interfere with muscle protein building and trigger faster muscle breakdown. It's as if your hand muscles are being told to rest when they actually need to rebuild. A 2016 study by Leno and colleagues analyzed more than 800 adults over 60 and found that grip strength declines by about 0.11 kilograms per year, especially in women. That might sound small, but over a decade, it adds up to losing enough power to open a jar or carry groceries comfortably. Another study from Vorby and Steenbeckers found that older adults use 40% of their maximum grip just to open a jar, while younger adults use only 27%. Picture your hands like well-worn garden tools. The metal is still strong, it just needs a little oil and movement to glide again. The same applies to your muscles and joints. When we reintroduce gentle, deliberate motion, those fibers begin to wake up, rebuilding their natural rhythm. But there's more happening beneath the skin, something that goes beyond muscle strength itself. Because what I've seen, time and again, is that when the hands start to wake up, so does the sense of independence. And in a moment, we'll look at the surprising hormone shift that helps that transformation begin. What surprised researchers most wasn't the strength gain, it was what happened to inflammation levels too. The surprising hormone connection. When most people think about hand strength, they picture muscles and joints. But in my 25 years of clinical nutrition practice, I've found that what really drives change lies much deeper, inside your hormones. After 60, testosterone, estrogen, and a key molecule called IGF-1 begin to decline steadily. Together they regulate the body's main repair system, the mTOR pathway, which tells your muscles when to build and when to rest. When these signals weaken, the body quietly shifts toward loss instead of renewal. A 2017 study by Bion and colleagues found that seniors with low IGF-1 and high inflammatory markers had the greatest loss of grip strength and muscle tone. Their data showed elevated IL-6 and TNF-alpha, exactly the same culprits behind inflammaging. What this means is that hormonal decline and inflammation often act together, amplifying each other's effects. It's like having a dim light bulb trying to illuminate a foggy room. Neither can do its job fully without help. So how do we turn that light back on? Research from Labat et al. 2019 showed that moderate resistance training, just 3 sessions a week at around half your maximum effort, can raise muscle protein synthesis and gently nudge hormone pathways back toward balance. In my clinic, I've seen patients begin with something as simple as squeezing a soft stress ball for 10 slow counts, twice a day. After 4 weeks, their hands not only feel stronger but warmer, because improved circulation follows renewed hormonal activity. Pause for a moment and think about this. When was the last time your hands truly felt alive, steady, warm, responsive? That's your body remembering balance. But what surprised researchers most wasn't just the strength gain, it was what happened next. Because after a few short weeks, the nervous system itself began to change, and that shift unlocked something even more powerful, because the biggest benefit doesn't show in your hands, it shows in your confidence. 3. The 6-week gentle hand routine. When Helen, one of my 72-year-old patients, first came into my clinic, she said, "Dr. Hartley, I can't open my pickle jar anymore, and it makes me feel old." What she didn't realize was that her hands weren't failing. Her brain was simply sending weaker signals to her fingers. Aging affects more than muscle. It changes the way our nerves communicate. The good news is that connection can be retrained. A study by Olafsdotter and colleagues, 2008, followed seniors who practiced gentle finger strength exercises for just 6 weeks. By the end, participants showed major improvements in finger coordination and hand control. The takeaway? You don't have to train hard, you just have to train consistently. Here's what I recommend in my clinic. Equipment: a soft stress ball or small rolled towel. Intensity: moderate pressure, enough to feel warmth, never pain. Duration: 10 slow squeezes per hand, twice daily, resting 24 hours between sessions. Progression: after 2 weeks, add a light grip trainer or rubber band for gentle expansion work. Timing: the best time is mid-morning, when your circulation is awake and inflammation is lowest. Think of this like tuning an old radio. The signal doesn't disappear with age, it just needs fine adjustment. Each squeeze reconnects nerve pathways and reminds your muscles how to listen again. Many of my patients notice that after 3 weeks, the hands feel steadier, warmer, and even more responsive when buttoning a shirt or lifting a pan. So as you begin this gentle rhythm, remember that every small motion sends a message. I'm still here, and I still can. But the real transformation doesn't stop with movement, because what fuels that renewal from the inside out isn't just exercise. It's what you feed those healing hands next. Because the biggest benefit doesn't show in your hands, it shows in your confidence. 4. Nutrition for stronger hands and lower inflammation. The strength you feel in your hands doesn't start in your fingers. It starts in your food. In my 25 years of clinical nutrition work, I've seen that no exercise program reaches its full potential unless inflammation is addressed at the table. The same cytokines that weaken grip, IL-6 and TNF-alpha, are heavily influenced by what we eat. Research shows that specific nutrients can calm those inflammatory signals and rebuild protein pathways that aging disrupts. A 2019 meta-analysis by Labat and colleagues confirmed that pairing moderate exercise with anti-inflammatory nutrition reduces IL-6 levels by up to 25% in older adults. Think of it like oiling rusty gears. When inflammation cools, your muscles glide more easily. Here's a practical, clinic-tested plan I give to my patients. 1. Omega-3s. 2 servings of fatty fish weekly, salmon, sardines, or trout. These oils help lower IL-6 and support joint flexibility. 2. Turmeric, 1 teaspoon daily, ideally with black pepper to boost absorption. Curcumin gently lowers TNF-alpha, acting like a natural brake on chronic inflammation. 3. Protein timing. include 20 to 25 grams of lean protein with each meal to support hand muscle repair. Eggs, Greek yogurt, or lentils are excellent options. 4. Hydration. 6 to 8 cups of water daily to maintain joint lubrication and nerve conduction. I often tell my patients, your plate is part of your therapy. Picture these foods as quiet builders, steady hands helping yours recover. When Helen added these habits to her hand routine, she called it a recipe for confidence. Within 2 months, she wasn't just opening jars, she was cooking again, smiling with every twist of her wrist. But before we close, let's clear up one of the biggest myths I still hear in my clinic, because it might be holding you back more than age itself. Many still believe grip strength can't improve after 60, but the research says otherwise. Maybe this isn't just about opening a stubborn jar. Maybe it's about opening something deeper, your sense of independence, your confidence, your rhythm with life. In my 25 years of working with seniors, I've seen that regaining grip strength isn't only physical. It restores a quiet pride, the kind that shows up when you open a bottle, carry a pan, or write a note to someone you love without hesitation. Think about Helen. For her, the goal wasn't the pickle jar. It was being able to make lunch for her grandson again. That moment, simple as it was, represented strength returning in the most human way. And that's what healthy aging really means, staying connected to what makes life feel like yours. If you've ever felt frustrated by something small, like a lid that just won't turn, take it as your body's gentle whisper, not a defeat. These small changes, the hand squeezes, the omega-rich meals, the steady patience are quiet votes for your independence. Each repetition says, I'm still strong, I'm still capable, and I'm still here. So before you go, pause for a second. Look at your hands. They've done decades of living, helping, giving. They remember strength. You just have to remind them. What's one everyday task you'd love to do easily again? Type it in the comments. Your story might give hope to someone else watching this right now. If this video helped, you'll love next week's episode, the 10-second morning hand ritual that loosens stiff joints before breakfast. Subscribe and join our community of seniors, rebuilding strength one gentle habit at a time. Your hands haven't forgotten you. They're simply waiting for you to begin again.